What is up with y'all guys, man? It's Nas Lee 27 in the building. We back in another video, and the Baltimore Ravens, man. Like, it was a great season for them, but like at the same time, it was kind of disappointing for them. But before I talk about all that, though, man, I'm gonna get the formalities out the way. If you mess with the video, man, like, comment, subscribe, and share the videos for more videos like this. And let's go ahead and get on to the topic at hand. So we all know the Baltimore Ravens, man. They play like the best team in the NFL for basically like the second half of the season, and they looked unstoppable. Especially given the fact that like, they had one of the best defenses like in the league, and also the fact that like they had one of the best offenses in the league too. Now, obviously, the numbers don't really show for it, especially Lamar Jackson stats, but like their offense was like really, really doing this thing for real. It was just very different from like how like the Baltimore Ravens was in the past few seasons with Lamar Jackson QB. Of course, they stuck to their guns of being that run first team and stuff like that, but like they actually gave Lamar Jackson a lot more pieces in the wide receiver position. They still had Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely at the tight end position, but like instead of like giving like Lamar Jackson a lot more QB design runs than usual, like they actually like lessened that a lot more, and they gave the running back a lot more runs for him. And that was actually a good thing for him, given the fact that like even though they lost J.K. Dobbins in the first game of the season, they still led the league in rushing yards for the whole year. Now, obviously, if you like the stat watch, man, like his numbers are down for an MVP caliber type of season. But like, if you actually watch the games, though, like dude had a really great season, given the fact that like the first year in a new system, trying to prove all doubters wrong, also getting paid too, and trying all that type of stuff like that. And he actually delivered on his promise of like actually like being this good for him, especially improving as a passer this year. Because definitely in the second half of the season, bro, like dude is a lot more calm and collected as he was trying to like get used to the system and stuff like that, and like he was playing like really good football for him last half of the season, and it was very encouraging to see too. Now with all that good I had to say about Lamar Jackson though, I had to say something bad about him. Like this was actually the second highest song he ever fumbled like in the season with 11, and of course like I think he was sacked the second most in his career with 37 times he was sacked this year, which it might be an indictment of him like holding the ball for too long, a little bit of foreshadowing, and the offensive line not being as good as it was like say in 2019. But all in all though, man, like he had a really good season, and like just for him to like be this good this year, it just like feels a lot more like disappointing. Like you feel like he did enough, but you feel like he could have been like a little more, especially given the fact that like how the AFC like shaped out to be this year. Because like even though the AFC was very competitive, especially their division, to which everybody in the AFC North, the Steelers, Bengals, the Browns, and the Ravens all actually had positive record this year, which is insane to think about. Like they actually had like a shot to actually like make the Super Bowl this year. And you can actually make the case that like this was actually their best shot actually making the Super Bowl, given the fact that like this was actually the best defense like they actually had in like a good minute, like since like Whit Martindale was like the DC, but like this was actually way better than what Whit Martindale had. Cause Mike McDonald, bro, like he put up like a really great defensive scheme for him, to which actually earned himself a head coaching job for the Seattle Seahawks. So congratulations to him for that as well for that. But like, dude coached his ass off in the defensive side of the ball, and dude had players like play like the best, especially like Xavier Clowney, just to name just one person. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and of course, older Calvin Noy too, who actually had himself a career high in sacks this year. But this is where, we saying they had a great season, but a disappointing season comes into play because, yeah, they made the AFC Championship game, to which that kind of was the expectation, but like, the expectation actually got raised up even higher during the season, after Joe Burrow got hurt and stuff like that, and, the AFC being like as weak as it has been for quite some time, to where they actually had Super Bowl expectations. Oh yeah, and that was also the time where the Chiefs' offense wasn't really hitting for real like that. The Jaguars were actually collapsing too during the season. The Bills were like just trying to like find a way to make the playoffs. Like, and Miami Dolphins doing what they do in December. Like that was like how the AFC landscape was this year. And this is me not like saying that it was unfair expectations, but like John Harbaugh kind of has been a hot seat for me for the past few years, given the fact that like they haven't made it this far since they made that one Super Bowl back in 2012, with Joe Flacco having that one off season where like he just went off. He just played like out of his mind to win that Super Bowl. But this is all to say like this AFC Championship game they had against the Chiefs, bro. Like it really infuriated me to where like I just couldn't believe my eyes just how they were playing this game. Like it really just made me like confused, befuddled, like just flabbergasted, like how they were playing, even though they weren't playing like this all year long. Because the defense, defense really, they gave up 17 points in the first half, but like, if not only people like notice this, but like the Kansas City offense didn't really do much in the second half. Like they actually had like a lot less yards they had than the first half, which it was really impressive for the defense. But like they gave up 17 points though, so like 17 points was actually enough for the Chiefs to actually win the game. To which that leads me to the Baltimore Ravens offense, and I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like watching the Baltimore Ravens offense, how they operate this game, bro. Like it really just like made me like just concerned of like why they just changed like how they play, especially against a team that like we know like it's inevitable, like the Kansas City Chiefs. And look, man, this is no disrespect to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs actually had the best defense they actually had in the Pat Mahomes era, because Steve Spagnuolo called an excellent game against the Ravens. And honestly, like it was just great. It was just great though how the defense was playing for the Kansas City, but like the Ravens just played right into their hands though. Like they basically just gave the defense like even more ammo to like actually play out of their minds. Because Steve Spagnuolo, bro, he called a lot of blitzes, especially 6-man blitzes against the Ravens offense, and it just worked a lot because like they were just great at disguising it. They were just great at executing and stuff like that, and like it just made him like stomped and like confused. It definitely rattled Lamar Jackson a lot too. But yeah, Todd Monken though, like the offensive coordinator for the Ravens, like I like you, but like this was the tendency that like kind of made me mad whenever you was the offensive coordinator for Georgia, where like he would just pass a lot more and just get away from the running game as a whole when like they're down, and it really showed because like Lamar Jackson got half of the carries for the running backs in this game, and it just really baffles me like how that even happened. And like of course Todd Monken deserves like a lot of like blame for this loss, but like also give Lamar Jackson a good amount of blame for this loss too, because like yes, he's my favorite player in the NFL right now, but like dude, he held on the ball for way too long when he actually had time in the pocket. He just made like decisions so slowly. It just really made me mad about that. And look, I'll give it the fumble because like that was just great defensive timing, but like this interception though, like in triple coverage, like that was just a brutal decision by him. It just baffling because also he wasn't even open. Like, dude, why would you even throw that? And then like when it comes to Zay Flowers, like I can't put too much blame on him because he was the best player on that offense. But like, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like when he had that fumble, like going into the end zone, which ended up in the touchback, like to me that was the actual game for me, because that actually could have like had him like at least an entire game, especially since just took made a field goal like close to the end of the game. It also doesn't help that like whenever Lamar Jackson led a team that made the playoffs, like they always have like a team low in points like for the season, and I mean like for real team low in points for the season. Like actually go take the time to look it up, bro. Like that's actually a true stat, by the way. But I tell you this right now though, like even though I said all this though, I still believe in Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens to actually eventually make the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl, because like I still think Lamar Jackson is the top 5 QB in the league, but like dude's starting to get like wild comparisons now. And don't get me wrong, he's still gonna get a lot of criticism, even if it's definitely unfair for him. But like I saw this on Twitter the other day, but like someone actually called him the NFL version of Joel freaking Embiid, bro. Cause they had the same career path, like both being regular season guys, winning MVPs, but like they kept performing in the playoffs. Like that's an insane comparison, bro. And right now, like it's starting to hold true, because like that's kind of how it is for his whole playoff career. Because Lamar Jackson only has 2 great playoff games he has in his whole career, and that's the Tennessee Titans game and also the Texans game. But like he's gonna have to prove the doubters wrong again next year. Because now, like, we know he can win in the regular season. And now we know he can play really amazing in the regular season. But, like, he's going to have to, like, consistently play good in the playoffs. And, like, he's going to have to, like, deliver them a Super Bowl within the next 3 years. Because at this point now, like, the whole mobile QB thing, like, it's not an excuse anymore. Because him and Jalen Hurts had basically broke the mold of, like, mobile QBs doing anything or making it very far in the playoffs. I know that Action Jackson's, he's going to listen to all the doubters, bro, listen to all the naysayers and all the criticisms that he's been having, especially unfair ones, and he's going to deliver him a Super Bowl within the next 3 years, because, like, dude's a top 5 QB in my opinion, and I really do believe in him. Now, Lamar Jackson, bro, your time to respond, man. But that's going to do it for me, though, guys, though. Like, I really do appreciate y'all watching the video all the way through, and I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Peace out, guys.